Okay, good night again. So after a little mixed confusion of the slides, we will now continue with the third slide. So I investigated now very quickly, and I've seen that there are actually a little bit of sausages over there. So I mean, previously I told you that we will never not see sausages again today, but I've seen like a sausage or two very small ones, but also other life forms and several neos. So let's take a look. This will be, I mean, less dense like than the other slides, like not the previous slides. I mean, not that much material, but certainly we will see stuff here. Don't worry. You hear the sirens of the police because it's very, very common that, I mean, to have it as a soundtrack in Israel. They just like it, probably the native, like the indigenous life form just like this music. They also like to make you noise, as you know, noise like the Shabaknikos, and it's part of the culture, or maybe even it's imbued in their biology. That, I mean, that noise is incredibly important, like all around the clock, like all day of the year and all around the clock. You see many like things that look like stones here, but also neos. I don't know what these stones are actually. Are they a life form, or maybe I don't know. Just random things. This looks like a life form, but it's, I mean, I cannot get it to focus on it. Very nice. Maybe a good place to zoom in. Definitely many life forms and a neo. Very nice. As I've said before, maybe it should be mentioned again. So people tell me that the blue material that we've seen so abundant in the previous slide is actually, I mean, they suggest that it's like proteins that, I mean, that were, I mean, presumably, I mean, the slain microbes, either slain by their companions or by the neos, that, I mean, just became like a feeder, like a fish feed for the neos, and because they eat it, and also for other bacteria. And we can add, I mean, now that, I mean, I understand this phenomenon, I can see that they are actually pretty I mean, from time to time, we can actually see like a neo with his belly full of like blue material, which is probably like a new kind of like a mode that, I mean, I haven't been aware of until now. I mean, I've known like the yellow pool mode, the famous yellow pool mode, but this is a new kind of mode, which is presumably, we should call it the blue pool mode, which presumably is the after the neo is fed with the blue material from the ocean, which is probably, as people suggest, slain like steaks, like, I mean, or shawarma. I mean, like bacterial shawarma that were either slain by other bacteria or by the neos themselves. This is a huge life form with many neos on it. I'm putting. I tend to put too much stuff like on each slide, and I should always like remind myself to put less, because then it's like when you focus different, you see totally different things, and it shouldn't be like that. I mean, the slide material should be as like thin as possible. So, I mean, the focus will be at each point, like it will be like sharp, and, I mean, without this like to, the ability to see several movies over the same like scene, it's like screen. It's not. It shouldn't be that way. These are also Neros. And here we see a ton of life. I don't know exactly what we actually see. And this is interesting. Like its shape is weird. So we see, I mean, again, Nero's inside like big microbes. And a snake. This is the sausage. This is the sausages that I referred to before. I mean, they are not as big as one we've seen yesterday, but definitely of the type of sausage. And this looks like a sperm cell, right? The flagellant or flagellum or whatever. We don't see much of these, certainly not in Israel, because of the rays. But they're fine with that. Presumably they don't want, like, it's not their interest, I assume. Is that like the alien from the Alien series? It's in nice colors, like red color, and this is nice. Okay, so I think I'm tired with this slide. It's a diverse slide, like with the tons of like new, and both neos and all sorts of like life forms, and very nice. This is a big neo. Okay, so soon I will take a look at the last slide, and after I take a rest of a couple of minutes, and then we'll do the fourth one.